When I started building a house in Japan, I had no idea how many house makers there were. You had Panasonic Homes, Sekisui, Hebel House, Ichijo. They're just so overwhelming. And then you also have Komutin, or what we call local builders. Here's what I did to figure out which builder was the right one for me. First, what exactly is a housemaker? You might think the name is self-explanatory, and you're correct. It's a Japanese English word for house builder. These are big companies that operate nationwide. You can see them on TV, on YouTube ads, on newspapers, everywhere. Many don't just build houses, they also build apartments, commercial buildings, and even office spaces. Their detached homes are usually pre-manufactured in factories, then shipped and assembled on site. Just like Lego. That's why they're known for their speed and consistency. Because of this system, you generally will have an idea of what your house will look like from the very beginning. It depends on the company, but sometimes you'll be able to do customizations. However, most of them will have you select from a catalog and you pick from their existing designs. Lastly, their after service is usually excellent. Because they have a reputation to maintain, you can usually rely on them if things do go wrong. Let's take a deep dive into housemakers. First, let's talk about their pros. Number 1, R&D and technology. Big housemakers invest in research and development, especially for disaster prevention. For example, in Japan, the government has a standard called Taishin Tokyu. We have 3 levels, level 1, 2, 3. Level 1 is minimum building code. It can usually withstand a once-in-a-lifetime earthquake. Level 2 is 1.25 times stronger than level 1. Level 3 is 1.5 times stronger than level 1. Level 3 is usually used in public buildings, like police stations, fire stations, elementary schools, and even hospitals. So while level 1 is generally safe, level 3 gives you more peace of mind. In general, big house makers will offer you level 3 as a standard, and you don't have to start on level 1. Also, at model houses, they sometimes have earthquake simulation demos. Number 2, experience. These companies have built thousands, if not millions of homes. They know what works, what fails, and how to prevent problems from even happening in the first place. That means fewer surprises, but expect some sales talk. Number 3, speed. Because many components are pre-made, construction is fast. For example, our neighbor's house started construction 3 weeks after we started ours. They finished 3 months earlier, and they even started living there while our house was still under construction. Number 4, accessibility. If you visit a model house park, you'll definitely see a lot of housemakers. They also have their offices in there. You'll probably find them in every major city. Number 5, after support and stability. Big housemakers are much more likely to exist decades from now. This is very important for repairs, warranties, and whatever you might need from them down the road. Most house problems show up around 10 to 15 years after construction, so you want a company that's actually going to be around by then. Now let's talk about cons. Number 1, cost. Big companies will spend heavily on marketing and salaries. They have to pay staff, executives, and that cost is passed down to you. You may also be forced to choose the company's own product lines. For example, if you went with company A and they have this kitchen, and you happen to find company B, who has a cheaper and much more stylish kitchen, sometimes you won't be able to go with company B. You'll have to go with company A. Number 2, limited design freedom. Yes, there is a lot of customization options even with big house makers. However, it can get very expensive because most of the house is already pre-built in the factory. It sometimes limits customization, so sometimes special materials or unusual layouts may get rejected. Number 3, relationship turnover. Japanese companies usually rotate employees. Your tantosha, or person in charge, might get transferred next year, and not just to another department, even to another prefecture, and it can make long-term communication difficult. Number 4, limited planning sessions. You will usually only get a few planning meetings before everything is locked in. After that, big changes may get very expensive or even impossible. Next, let's talk about local builders, Komu-ten in Japanese. Some big house makers like Ichijo refer to themselves as Komu-ten, but generally the word refers to regional builders, smaller, family-run businesses that operate locally. For example, if you pick a local builder in Osaka, there's a big chance they won't be able to build in Tokyo or Sapporo, but they offer more customization and a more personal relationship. You'll often meet the people who will actually build your house. However, after service can vary, so checking local reviews or even talking to past clients is very important. Let's look more into local builders. Pros. Number 1, cost. Local builders tend to be cheaper. Less marketing, fewer staff means that much of the money you pay actually goes into your own home. They often have deals with local manufacturers, meaning that kitchens, bathrooms, and even doors might be even more affordable. You can also bring your own materials and appliances when you build your home, as long as you handle delivery and things like that. Number 2, freedom. Local builders build everything on site piece by piece. This means almost full customization. Custom roof shapes, arches, special materials, whatever you want. As long as it meets regulations and you're able to afford it, they probably would be able to do it. Number 3, region-specific expertise. Japan's climate can vary drastically. For example, a builder in Hokkaido knows cold and snow. A builder in Okinawa, on the other hand, knows about heat and rust. Local expertise matters. Number 4, personal relationship. Smaller companies keep staff long-term. Your tantosha, or the person in charge, might stay at the company for decades, which means you can keep communication long after you built your house. Although recently, job hopping is starting to become more common in Japan, usually people will still stay at their companies for a very, very long time. Number 5, flexibility. So our builder offered unlimited meetings. It took us 6 months to finish planning, and some clients of our builder even took 2 years. Let's talk about cons. Number 1, stability. Smaller companies have a bigger chance of going bankrupt. 15-20 years from now, if your house needs repairs, and if the local company that you picked went bankrupt, you won't have anybody to honor that warranty. So I think it's important to check how long a company has been operating and also check if they're a member of some local building associations. Number 2, R&D. Smaller builders don't always have the latest technology. Our house is Taishin Tokyu Ichi, level 1. While it's perfectly safe, we originally wanted level 3. Unfortunately, because of the shape of our house, it wasn't possible. So we went for alternative reinforcement methods instead. Number 3, consistency. A local builder will usually use a traditional carpenter, and because they're human, results may sometimes vary. Fortunately for us, our carpenter was excellent, but it will always depend. The best way is to talk to past clients. For our builder, they gave us permission to talk to the previous clients, and we were able to ask questions without staff listening. So what exactly did I do? First, we visited model house parks and checked which designs we actually wanted. We then searched Sumo for local builders and had their catalogs mailed to us. Some of them called back, but most of them didn't, probably because my name was foreign at that time. It's just normal for foreigners to not be able to get a loan in Japan. Eventually, my wife and I found a local builder which design we liked. After weeks of thinking, we closed the deal. So, would we have done some things differently if we ever had the chance to do it all over again? Definitely. But that's for another video. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope it helped you understand the differences between big house makers and local builders. If you have questions, or if you want to share your own experiences, leave a comment below. And if you haven't yet, please check my other videos. Thank you and see you in the next video.